is advocacy. My filming is speaking out, doing the action, and joining people from all over the world.
Yeah.
We actually create local change and global dialogue.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Conversations with MM. This is Marivir again for another episode of Awesome People, this time in the arts. So, this week on August 7, the Art House Theater in Jersey City will host a landmark feature for one night celebrating queer Filipinx art, history, and identity. And I am so honored to have with me the artists that will be performing for you on August 7. This is going to be about a documentary. It's called Because of You, A History of Kilawin Kolektibo. It's a documentary on queer Filipinx history, and Anak ni Tapia, Living Mother, a deeply personal solo theatrical performance exploring migration, identity, and queer experience. So I'm so honored to have Lani Montreal with us today. Hi, Lani.
Hi.
Lani is right now in New York, but she lives in Chicago. She's an artist, she's a poet, she's a singer. So we have that powerhouse of talent, ladies and gentlemen. And we also have Desireena Almoradie. Hi, Desiree.
Hi,
Thank you for joining
Marivir.
us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And last but not least, Barbara Malaran. They're the co-directors for the Kilawin Kolektibo documentary. Oh, I'm with powerhouse women who are engaged with the arts and history and our immigration stories. Welcome, ladies. Thank you. So first, tell us about what are we expected to see on August 7. Please take it away, Des or Barbara first.
Well, our film is a love letter to the LGBT Filipinx community. So Barbie and I were co-founders, amongst other people, of a seminal Filipinx lesbian queer group back in the 90s. When there was no representation, when people thought queer people were only white people and that you couldn't be both Filipino and lesbian or Filipino and queer. We set out to change all that. And the way we did that was to start our own organization and find people with the same kind of needs and struggles as we had, and just become very visible. And Barbs, you could talk about, if you want to talk about how we shot it. We filmed everything during that.
Yes. Barbara may have some technical issues here.
Oh, okay.
Barbara, you have no audio? Okay, let's move to Lani muna. Lani, what is the show Anak ni Tapia about? That sounds very interesting, exciting. Yeah.
So Anak ni Tapia, Leaving Mother, it's also like a love letter to my mother. It's a tribute to her memory, and it's a story about our journey, our separate journey. Coming for me, it's into becoming who I am, because growing up, I was just Anak ni Tapia. And are you familiar with the show School Bukol? I don't know.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
I love Meli Tagasa. She makes me laugh so much growing up. Like
Yes.
she was the icon for humor.
Yes. So it's like it was a difficult childhood, as you can imagine.
So you were with her at the time in the Philippines.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I grew up with her, and I was her alalay. So
Oh, you were like the PA?
her gopher, her gopher, her assistant.
I would now dive into that question. How does that make you feel?
Oh, like
Were you basking also in the stardom, or were you
you know,
not
when
feeling
you
good?
because that was like when I was 12, so up to like teenage years,
Uh-huh.
you know. So, you know, it's taking up my time. It's
Uh-huh.
like
So
I want to be
is it
with friends.
is it safe to say that you did not really
Appreciate it.
blossom into who you are because you were always with your mom?
Yeah, I yes. Yes,
Wow.
I'm always in her shadow,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, you said that. And so how did you finally recover, or did how
Oh,
did you
break
break
out of
through?
her shadow.
Yeah, how did you break through?
Oh, you know, I pursued journalism in the Philippines, so I didn't want to be in show business 'cause my whole
Mhm.
family was in show biz. And then I left. I left and traveled to the U.S. and Canada, and I stayed
Mhm.
in Canada for a while, and then I moved to Chicago, and then that's when it's strangely enough, I started teaching because Miss
Mhm.
Tapia is a teacher, and
Yeah.
they actually, I think, gave her an honorary degree in
Uh-huh.
university in the Philippines, but
Yeah.
but she really didn't even finish college. But she
Mhm.
was just so convincing in portraying that role of a teacher.
She's
And
effective.
yeah, but then I also became a teacher for real,
Mhm.
so I didn't even expect that. And
So did her popularity sort of strain your relationship, or
I just think that,
it wasn't, it wouldn't affect the both of you?
oh, I think it was difficult because, she was a public figure. And so
Mhm.
I felt that, as her kids, we were just second
Mhm.
citizen. What is it called? Yeah,
Yeah.
so hindi kami yung number one. But of course, that's how you feel when you're a kid, you
Right.
because you're demanding, you want the world to revolve around you.
Mhm. Mhm.
I didn't quite understand it until I became a mother myself, right? And so
Yeah.
I just kind of appreciated her struggles more, or like the hurdles she had to go through to be
Mhm.
a woman artist, or in the Philippines, right? And dealing with that kind of toxic masculinity in show business, so I talk a little bit about that in the play, but
Mhm.
yeah,
That's exciting.
it's a
I
lot of
will.
fun. You have to watch
I'm Yes, I have to look. I have to schedule that. I have to go there because there's a conflict of schedule. But oh, I owe it to myself to watch you
it.
women. Yeah. So how are you, Barbara? Do you have audio now? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? I can hear
Perfect.
you now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
loud.
very
Yes.
good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Solved. That problem solved. So Barbara, tell us about the evolution of this documentary. It's based on the real struggles of the LGBTQA plus community. So um,
Mhm.
what was so compelling that you had to put this together?
I feel
What
like
was your catapulting moment that you really had to produce it?
I think, as I explore the conversations around the film after we made the film together,
Mhm.
I realized what's really important is just kind of revisiting those my younger self,
Mm.
and addressing, that this was really a story. This was really a story worth telling, a story worth living through.
Mhm.
And it really encompassed a lot of the decisions now that I see that I made in my collaboration with Desireena,
Mhm.
as we came back in partnership as creative partners and friendships with us and with the group, with Kilawin. And
Amazing.
so, when we're in our younger years, I
Mhm.
don't know, but for you, but when we experience joy, or when I experience
Mhm.
joy, I feel like this is going to last forever, and
Mhm.
without any critical questions or understanding what change means that priorities change, and we
Yeah.
go through life where we need to kind of move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there are some, some things that happen in life that you don't necessarily kind of visit or maybe put closure, put understanding, and just say, oh, it just happened. And
Mm-hmm.
then, there's an opportunity to kind of come to reckon with that,
Mm-hmm.
and find ways to reconnect, find ways to
Yeah.
understand ourselves in it, through it, and
Mm-hmm.
in our years today, talking to our younger selves, saying, this is our story. This is what we created together. This is who we are now. And, we have something to share with everyone here, that this story really existed. We really mattered. And this is us. This is me, for example, now telling my younger self through the film, I really mattered too.
Mhm.
Great. So why do you call it kilawin? Kilawin is a delicious food that
Mhm.
creates saliva, like it's sweet, it's vinegary, and it's
Yeah.
fresh, raw. So why you call it kilawin? Do you all like to eat kilawin?
What is there? Can you guess? So yeah, it's raw, it's
Everything.
spicy, it's delicious. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's like, we're raw, fierce, delicious women. So
There you have
that
it.
was the genesis. I don't know.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
really
like
nice. It's a nice name. It has a kick to it.
it's a little bit sexy, it's a little bit gay, it's a little bit, like we want people to ask and we want people to have that
Engage, right? Yeah.
light bulb moment where they're like,
Right.
oh, Kilawin Kolektibo, Kilawin.
My thought was that maybe you were eating kilawin and you said, "Oh, let's eat kilawin collective."
Yeah.
Great, great. So, the message that I hear from the past recordings that I was looking on YouTube is like this is about love and fighting and having disagreements and then forgiving. So it's a full circle of life of relationships. So
Yeah, it's very true.
yeah.
When you asked what the catalyst was for making the film, I always, I had all this footage in my closet, and Barb also had all this footage in our closet. And for my footage, I always wanted to make something.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I talked to Panday, she was like, Barb has all this footage too. You need to get together. And, at that point, Barb and I had not talked for a very long time. We had a falling out.
I see.
And then this like gave me the spark to think, well, there's an opportunity here to reconcile, to bring the group back. I knew that the history of the group was really important and that we had
Mm-hmm.
all this really precious archival material, but it was also an ulterior motive was to get back in touch with Barbie and to reconcile, to fix the friendship.
That is so heartwarming.
Yeah, and
You
if you
cared
watch the
after all these
film,
years.
that's actually the bigger context is our own
Wow.
relationship. So we reconnected through the making of the film, and we became good friends again. You know, through the film.
My goodness. Question is, what was the compelling reason why you had to patch up? Was it time? You have come to age?
Foods.
Or was it like you realized that it was not really necessary to fight or something? Or was it
I mean,
because like, do you have
I'll
a
answer
film
that
to
question, Barb, if you want to chime in at any point. Like, when I
I
turned
can see Barbara like
thinking,
rolling her eyes.
yeah, when I turned 50, it was a moment in my life where I'm like, okay, this is, I'm more than halfway through my life. I need to let bygones be bygones. I need to reach out to people who've hurt me, and I need to reach out to people that I've hurt.
That is so
Um,
sweet. Yeah.
so, that started the process. And, when you have disagreements with someone decades later, you don't even remember why
Yeah.
you fought, right? And yet
Yeah.
you hold on to the emotion, and it really took some time. You need to live life and mature and realize it's not that important to hold on to this grudge. And these people are important in your life, and you need to like connect, and you need to fix it. So that was my instigating moment.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I agree. Like sometimes we even forget, like, what was the fight about? And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, exactly.
and then you just talk. How about you, Barbara? What was in your mind and heart that, like, was it time to reconnect to for and forgive? Like, is it like a case of time heals all wounds, something like that?
Mm.
This is about life moving forward. This
Mm-hmm.
is about, I'm just gonna put it there. It's just about life moving forward and what we need to do to move forward in life. And
Mhm.
also get the film done.
Correct.
And also, just to kind of see what these stories are with our
Mm-hmm.
hearts,
Mhm.
and with the community,
Mm-hmm.
because when during the time, where we were reconnecting to kind of find that opportunity, that conversation, I want to just thank Panday Banale for,
Yes.
reconnecting us,
Mm-hmm.
through the interest of folks, that wanted to know more about our us marching alongside with them,
Mm-hmm.
through the funds presentation that, Des was also, sharing, was to see, we don't see ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
anywhere. And
Yeah.
as we started to kind of discuss and process, our connection, we don't see that anywhere
Mm-hmm.
else too. And it really just came as a realization that this is an important story to tell.
Mhm.
And so I want to say that, moving forward with my heart, that's what I felt that, was our goal, to bring our story to light, because it's not just our story, it's also folks who connect with the sense of belonging, the
Mm-hmm.
wanting to know their purpose in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and know why we come together in friendships.
Wonderful. Yes, wonderful. And for Lani, was it also like what how does it feel right now, like being whole again, like on the level of understanding and forgiving?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that I never felt as close to my mom as I did when I was writing the
Okay.
the play. So
Mm-hmm.
it gave me a lot, of closure, of understanding, because it's what it is when you write. You want to know what you're thinking about,
Mm-hmm.
how you're feeling, and that's always been what writing does for me. And so doing that was very cathartic in a sense.
Amazing. Yes. I do believe that. Being a writer myself, like
Yeah.
you clear your own mind first before you send out a clear message.
Yes.
It's an amazing process. Now, going back to the show, which is on Friday,
Hmm.
is this part of is this a national campaign? Are you on a national tour? And how do you finance yourself, ladies? Let's begin. Yes. Yeah.
I know we're always at the mercy. No, uh, should I go first or?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I toured the play last year.
Mhm.
I went to LA, San Francisco, Toronto, um, and the Philippines, also to Milan, actually, Italy.
Mhm. Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, it was so many Filipinos there. It's like amazing. And so, how do we finance ourselves? We apply for
Mhm.
grants. Definitely, that's one of the things we beg our friends to give us money. No.
Maybe course.
But the thing is, like, it's not about the money. It's really about bringing the work out there,
Uh-huh.
and sharing the stories that we have. Yeah, so we it's a way of us giving back to our communities.
Mhm.
But of course, if we can get paid for what we do, that's even greater, right?
Right, right. So, how about Des and Barbara? How do you finance yourselves in this project?
Well, I'll
Do you
just
have
say,
a producer,
yeah, I'll just say for the
investor?
film, we actually, surprisingly enough, or maybe not
Mm.
so surprising, we we fundraised through grants. We
Uh-huh.
received all these grants from New York State Council on the Arts, from the Mayor's
Nice.
Office of Film and Television, from OTV.
Mm-hmm.
We were really overjoyed and shocked to see that people knew how important this story was. So the the production of the film itself was mostly financed through grants.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Barb and I did not make any money. Like we both have separate daytime jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and we've toured the film extensively in the past year and a half in
Mm-hmm.
festivals all over the world and all over the country. And mostly those trips to go to those festivals we had to pay for ourselves. Some
Yeah.
festivals pay a screening fee, some pay for travel, but most of them you have to pay for everything. And so, yeah, through the generosity of people who live in those places,
Mm-hmm.
and friends, we've been able to travel the film. And for this show, which is the film and Lani's play, we actually
Mm-hmm.
reached out to some local organizations, and we've gotten a little bit of money and support from places like Hudson Pride Center, Jersey
Mm-hmm.
City Pride, Pride Center of New Jersey, FONS New York, the Filipino American National History Society of New York City, and then Carinderia, which is based in Nyack, is
Uh-huh.
some food for us, and then even like a counseling place called Mango Tree, which
Mm-hmm.
is led by a gay therapist, a gay Filipino therapist, has
Mm-hmm.
donated a little bit of money to the production of this event. So we're very grateful. So
So
it's about community, and it's about
it's a community action, right? You
ab-
just tap in.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes,
Also,
Lani.
want to add that in Chicago, I also was able to get funding from Three Arts Foundation, which is like has been around for 20 years, I think, and provide support for
Mm-hmm.
local artists, even for the tour. And we also want to, give props to Art House Productions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because they accepted our proposal to have the show or to have the event at Art
Mm-hmm.
House Productions, and so they're providing us with the tech support and the theater space, which is usually the most expensive one.
Expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're very grateful to Art House Productions and yeah.
Yeah. So I'm showing here where people can buy tickets. You can just do it online. Go to arthouseproductions.org and slash products Queer Flipside August 7, 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta give time to this. It's an amazing show and it's an eye opener. And you see the craftswomanship of the Filipino artists here in the US and giving out messages. And then I'd like to ask Barbara, between now since you and before since you began the movement for LGBTQ rights, has there been a substantial change in terms of the ripping off of ripping the fruits of your campaign, or is it a constant struggle these days?
I think we're always, evolving or, having our personal revolutions while
Yeah,
working with policy changes.
right.
In terms of like, I don't want to talk mass generalizations, because I will be missing out on other folks who are not mentioned in our
Mm,
campaign, to promote our stories. But I just want to say that it is important for us to always document ourselves. It is good
mhm,
for data. It is good for sharing to the younger generation. It's also good to assess our needs for community.
mhm,
So to move forward, we take these stories to reflect, but also to help bring change.
right. So these days, like, how's the LGBTQ community situation or feeling in the midst of the larger context of the national and local environments?
Mhm.
I mean, we're
What are
under
you doing right now? Yeah.
yeah, we're under attack, Mariver. Like
Yeah.
especially the trans people in our community, right?
Mhm.
they're not being allowed to play sports. They're not being allowed to go to the bathroom. Like
Oh yeah.
insane, there's insane attacks against our trans
Mhm.
brothers and sisters.
So the
And
more the struggle needs to be
alongside,
intensified.
sorry, what did you say?
The more you need to intensify the struggle, the voicing out.
Yeah, during the Obama years, we thought we had come to the end of our struggle, that we'd won all our rights, and
Uh-huh.
now we're in reverse mode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All needing to go
Fighting.
out there and
Mhm.
make sure that we retain all the rights that we've won. It's very
Mhm.
scary, but we know that history marches on, and we will progress. Um, you know, um,
Correct.
We will prevail.
yeah.
Yes, we will prevail. Women's rights prevail, LGBTQ, because we are all people. Now, let me ask some personal aspects of you as an artist. Like, it, this is not your day job. This is a creative aspect of your soul, right? So,
Mhm.
Lani, tell us what you do for a day job to pay the bills and all that, and then this
Yeah.
is you, the real you, being a creator. So, how do you balance that, Lani?
Yeah, so I am an educator, so I teach at the Malcolm X College in Chicago. I
Mm.
teach writing, actually.
You teach writing.
I teach writing,
Oh,
so
nice.
it's that's my day job, and I'm very grateful that it supports my creative
Yeah.
creative, as you say, spirit to
Mhm.
flourish. Right? Thank you.
Wow. I'm sure you inspire your students too to be creative, to show their and express themselves.
Oh, definitely. Well, yes, because I just urge them to tell their stories and because they matter, you know.
Wow, correct. And then let's hear from Barbara now.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I used to work in technology. Right
Uh-huh.
now, I'm journeying through creative projects with communities, most
Great.
specifically working with oral histories.
Mm.
And also bringing some of our stories to like community centers here in the Pacific Northwest. More
Mhm.
projects forthcoming, but my focus right now is working with oral histories and our communities.
That's so exciting as well. Like let those stories come out, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
And then Des, what do you do? And then other than being a creative person.
Yeah, I'm also a creative in my day job, which is
Mm-hmm.
I co-own a co-op. I run a media production and social strategy, digital strategy organization.
Ah,
There's seven of
nice.
us. We all own the company, and I handle video production. And most of our clients are nonprofits, unions. So we
Ah,
exclusively work with progressive organizations. So in that way, I'm still doing media activism, and I'm
correct.
also a mother to a very active 6-year-old.
Oh,
So
6 year old. Oh, that could be a handful, right?
yeah, we're very busy around here.
Amazing. Lovely. Wonderful time. So, let me ask you about the message that you have for young people. Young people right now have all the media um, products that are at hand, but why choose this kind of Filipino narratives? Please invite our young people to take a look and appreciate. So, as a closing, what would you say to our young people to entice them to watch and advocate for this kinds of documentary, the Kilawin Collective and Anak ni Tapia? Tell us first, Lani.
Hi. So I think what I want the young people to know
Mhm.
is that, like I said, your story is important.
Yeah.
And even there's always something that you can find in each other's stories that connect you,
Mhm.
so even if my story is about this child growing up in the 70s and the 80s
Mhm.
with a mother who's a celebrity, there is still a lot that they can relate to in that story about what it's like to to have a mother like that, very, and also, just teenager stuff is still very much the same. Every time I show the they can still relate to it. They laugh, and they understand this is always a complicated thing, right? The relationship between a mother and a daughter. It's always kind of push and pull. So they will relate to it, definitely.
They could relate. It would resonate to them. Yeah. And how about Barbara? What would you tell young audiences to watch? What are you doing?
Create a practice of telling yourself your story at the end of every day. Because you never know, when you're 15, all of a sudden you're 54. And then you'll be like, what just happened? Whether if it's keeping a journal, or maybe doing a little selfie videos, or even teaching each other in the family and your friends. Tell a story at the dinner table. It is part of kapwa. It is our shared connection.
Yes.
It is about sharing our kitchen table stories and building the history of yourself.
Thank you. Very, very heartwarming. Des, what's your message to the young ones?
I mean, Barb said it so well. I'll just add that, I think specifically for young queer folk, a lot of them don't know about their own history, that there were elders before them that did this work, that went through these struggles, and that they're not alone, and that, you can look to the people in your community, your kapwa, your elderly or getting elderly people, and ask them what happened, and ask them what was it like. And, I'll just say that when we show this film to young queer folks, they're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
They see themselves on screen and they're just like, I can't believe that this happened 30 years ago and we're going through the same thing. So so they'll see themselves on screen and they'll feel empowered. So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. Wow. Yes. So thank you for your time, ladies, sharing with me your talent and time. It's so important, which they are treasures in our community. So ladies and gentlemen, you have to watch Kilawin Kolektibo, the documentary, and Lani Montreal in her monologue and singing sensation in honor of her mom, Miss Tapia, Miss Meli Tagasa, a wonderful, iconic actress, comedian in the Philippines. So thank you so much for your time. I'll see you at the show.
Yay.
I already said I will.
Bye.
Panday Banale. This interview is for you. This has been like long planned, and finally I gathered your wonderful way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lani, Des, and Barbara. Ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. See you in Jersey City for these wonderful shows. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Her feminist perspective, I think that's really where I get it.
You got it from her.
Social justice was so important to her, and it's become important to me.
We became very mindful of our environment and our planet. And we took baby steps. Of course, everything is about baby steps.
Yeah.
We just had to make our programs bigger and it could reach more people.
Toronto is so culturally diverse because there's so many Filipinos in Toronto. But what I don't like is higher education. There's not a lot of Filipinos. Even higher management, there's not a lot of Filipinos.